Hi guys! Today I wanted to talk to you about how I ended up with this hairstyle. I was coming out of having straight hair last week and having waves and having lots of fun with having my straight hair, but I definitely missed my curly hair. So after having it straight for 4 days, I wanted to go through a routine that I do to help bring back some moisture into my hair and replace some of the protein that was lost after straightening it and using heat on it. Today, the products I'll be using are a little bit different to style my hair. I do enjoy these. I've had them for a while and I wanted to give them a go again because I hadn't used them since I had fully transitioned back into curly hair. So if you're ready for a style like this, go ahead and stay tuned. So first, we'll be starting with Shea Moisture Shampoo. Then we will be doing our first conditioner with the Keratin Protein Conditioner. We will then be deep conditioning with a deep conditioned hair cap. And then last, we will be detangling and also using the Tresemmé Naturals as a leave-in. So I'll be styling with Camille Rose and Ouidad today. And for my deep conditioner, I will be using Giovanni's Deeper Moisture Conditioner. Okay, so let's get started. First, we're going to shampoo. You just want to make sure that you get really good on your roots to make sure that you get rid of all the product buildup and debris. I always make sure, no matter what shampoo I am using, that I take the time to always make sure that my roots are well shampooed, and sometimes even doing it twice if I haven't shampooed in over 10 days seems to help. So we rinse out the hair. I kind of wring it out a little bit. Then I go straight to conditioning. As you can see, my hair already spiraled back up and is ready to be detangled. So I just make sure that my hair is well saturated. I don't skimp on it. I make sure that my hair is well conditioned. Next step is making sure it is detangled. So I split my hair in half for this and just take it section by section, because usually after I've straightened it, it is always a little bit more tangled. So when doing so, I make sure I have lots of conditioner on it for lots of slip, and then I go from the bottom up to the top. This is very important, especially if you are still transitioning, because your ends that you have transitioned out have been very fragile. So going from top to bottom is not usually a good idea. It can cause you to end up with split ends and snapping off your hair. So just taking the patient route of going from the bottom to the top, section by section, is well worth it. So once I make sure it is well detangled, I leave it in for the time on the back of the bottle, and then I rinse it out. Then I will begin making my hair mask, which takes 1 avocado, 1 banana, a big tablespoon of coconut oil, and our base, which will be the Giovanni Deep Conditioner. Then I simply apply this all through my hair, making sure that it is well saturated with the mask. Once I have finished applying the mask to my hair, I put it up in a bun, and then I put on my deep conditioning hair cap, which I will leave on for approximately 20 minutes. Now it says that it's self-heating, but I still like to put a warm towel on it just to get it a little deeper into my hair, especially when it's this dry. So after my 20 minutes is up, I rinse it out really well, and then I shampoo. Sometimes I shampoo twice if necessary, and just make sure that it feels nice and clean and that you've gotten all the bananas and avocado and whatever else is in your hair mask out. Then we're going to put in what will be our conditioner as well as our leave-in conditioner, which is the Tresemmé Naturals. I still go back through and I detangle again. After this, I've applied it to my whole head. I take sections and slightly rinse them out. I don't rinse out all of the conditioner out of my hair, as this is what I'll be using for my leave-in conditioner. So what I do is I just go through with my brush and make sure that it has water on it, and with my fingers, and just making sure that it has a lot of water mixed into it to help pull out a lot of it. Seems to be enough so that it doesn't make my scalp itchy or feel dirty or anything like that. So then after I'm satisfied with how much conditioner I've gotten out, I will wrap my hair in a t-shirt and just make sure it is slightly damp, and we begin styling from there. So we start off with our curl maker. I only do a couple of pumps for pretty much my entire back of my hair. Sometimes it needs a little more. Oh my goodness. Even the back of my hair where it's drier, I feel like it is just slipping right through after that conditioner. And I am just so amazed at how soft it feels. My poor hair needed it more than I thought it did. So then after that, we take the Ouidad. This is a heat and humidity gel. And why this is wonderful, we only use a tad, just a tiny little bit goes for a whole section of hair. I just rub it together, put it on both hands, and just use it as almost a glaze over the hair. It does make your hair a little more stiff than I find my Diva Curl Defining Gel does. However, I feel that it works great as a protector from the humidity. And as I've said before, I live in Florida, and our 95 is the normal temperature here during summer. But it also rains every single day at like 3 o'clock. And however, the heat index sometimes gets to 115 degrees. And with this humidity down here, like the humidity is just hot and mucky, and it sticks on you like white on rice on a paper plate in a snowstorm kind of deal. And it makes your hair just go poof. There's no getting around it. You have all suffered from it, and it's just a part of living here. But I have found that this gel, now it is pricey because I'm cheap, but it was a great investment. I purchased this sometimes in 2015, and the reason I liked it at first, I saw it on a couple of hair channels, how they said it was really good, and I just couldn't get it to quite work with my hair. And now that I've used it, since I've completely have my hair completely natural now, there's no more, straight ends or damaged ends, I realized that it may have been because when I was transitioning, it just wasn't mixing with the hair that was still in the process of growing out. So the hair that was still chemically treated. And I think it was because with my natural curls, I have the bounce, and that this works great as something that glazes over it to help protect it and help keep it from getting frizzy. As with when I was transitioning, I had to use something to help not only define but help to shape my hair. I would have to scrunch and use the towel or the shirts and stuff to help try to give myself curl that wasn't naturally there because my hair was still chemically treated. Because now that I've used it a couple of times, I feel like I have completely different hair with it. I absolutely love it. So when I use this, I make sure I get all my strands coated, especially the ends, because those are definitely the frizziest. Just go through, and it's a very thin feeling gel. It doesn't feel as heavy as Ultra Defining Gel or as heavy as Eco Styler. It's very light. So for this particular video, I will be using my diffuser. Normally, I do not use my diffuser because I prefer to allow my curls to air dry as often as possible, which is 98% of the time. The reason being is that I want to reduce the amount of heat that I put on my hair. I don't want to increase its chances of heat damage. I've lived a long life with heat damage and know that it can be very difficult to deal with. So if I don't have to deal with it, why deal with it? However, there are just some times when you're running out the door, you just need to quickly dry your hair. Always make sure to do my fronts really well. And this is what really helps to keep my hair from having to have multiple and large amounts of product applied multiple times. I'm able just to get it in one time. So I'm gonna apply my Ouidad again. And as I said, it's just really a coating that I feel like I'm putting in, as opposed to a bunch of product like I would with my curl maker. This is an awesome product for the summertime. I definitely encourage curlies to try it. Too often I was always scared to try a different product, especially when I was transitioning back. It was very difficult to figure out quite what was for me. I love it. It does not feel heavy or weighed down. It's not super sticky. It still has the feeling of gel, but it's not like, oh my god, I have glue stuck on me. Okay, so now we're gonna diffuse. I do have my little Revlon hair dryer. It comes with a diffuser little attachment. I did not buy a super expensive hair dryer. This baby cost me about $10 at Target on sale. So I think it was a good investment. It was normally $20, I think, and they had it on sale. So I just used this. It has a cool power button. So you can see it has a little snowflake, and it comes in low or high fan mode and low, medium, or high heat mode. But normally, if I am in wintertime, I normally try to dry my roots. But for summertime, it's not such a big deal. So I just try to do enough so that it helps to create a good cast on my hair and it's not soaking wet and sticking to me while I'm trying to get ready to leave out. Diffusing my hair, I always make sure to tackle it in small sections. In total, it takes me about 15 minutes to get my hair 80 to 90% dry. I always aim for my roots, and when diffusing, it definitely helps to have the barrier. I've seen some ladies, they like to just allow the blow dryer to blow through their hair without the attachment. It makes my hair a mangled, tangled mess, so I don't suggest doing that. I definitely suggest just purchasing a cheap blow dryer that has an attachment that will nicely cup your hair and dry it in each section. With diffusing, you do get a little bit more lift, which is nice, especially like when you have one part that's a little bit just not as whoop. And once this dries a little bit more, I'll actually be able to kind of pick it a little bit, so it'll be a little bit more voluptuous. Usually by day 2 or 3, I don't need to do anything to it anyway because it takes on a life of its own. But it's very nice to know that you have an option if you need help getting a little bit more volume and just a little bit more oomph to your hair. In addition, about the products, I have also used the Keratin protein conditioner for a long time. I think it's great for using when you finish straightening your hair and you need to put some protein back in it. If you don't want to buy a whole bottle, especially if you don't straighten your hair a lot, these little packets are great to purchase. I purchased it at Ulta. The big bottle was only $5 or $6, and these little packets were only $1 or $2. They're a great alternative if you don't want to fill up more space, and there is plenty in there. They do not skimp when they give you product. Like, it's definitely packed. Like it. For me, I enjoyed doing this mask. I always wanted to be able to do DIY masks, but because I was living with my family, I didn't always have the space, and out of respect, I didn't want to be taking over the kitchen where my grandmother always was, so I really waited. But now that I live by myself, I'm able to do all these great DIYs and see if they really work. And I have to tell you, they really do work. So I'll be more than happy to be doing other DIY hair masks. The Giovanni deep conditioner is a great base. It's great just by itself, but it's great when you can add other things to it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Please subscribe and let me know if there's any other topics you would like to see or you'd like me to do a video about. I'd be more than happy to do one. Thanks for watching. Bye!